How do I tell if what my teenager is experiencing is normal teenage angst and development versus a developing mental health disorder? My name is Amanda Sidell. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I'm an Inspired coach with the Inspired Consulting Group, specializing in parenting coaching, particularly supporting parents with kids who are struggling with their mental health. I'm also a parent who has supported their teenager through a mental health crisis. It is so hard because teenage years are a normal part, like a normal part of teenage years is moodiness, irritability, separation from their parents, experimenting with identity, experimenting with substances and risky behavior. It's part of teenage development. But when do you know? When do you know if it moves from normal teenage development to perhaps developing into something more serious, like a mental health disorder? Before I tell you some of the criteria, I want to be very clear. Each child, each family is an individual. And so your child may not fit perfectly into these boxes in a textbook. And so it's really important you and your child are the expert on them. If you have concerns for your child, don't ever hesitate to reach out and discuss those concerns with a professional like your primary care provider or your child's primary care provider, school counselor, therapist. Help is available. Err on the side of caution. So if you have concerns, even though someone isn't meeting this perfect criteria for mental health disorder or the criteria I'm about to go over, where we may be shifting into something more serious than teenage angst, seek help. Don't ignore it. You know your kid best. Your child knows themselves best. So pay attention to that. So that being said, there is some criteria and some things to look out for. So typical teenage angst, you're going to see just some experimentation with identity. You're going to see some moodiness. But if some experimentation with identity may last longer, but moodiness, irritability, severe sadness, anxiety, difficulties with sleeping, eating, social isolation, loss of interest in the things that they had always loved, and school, change in grades, change in peer group. If this is lasting more than 2 weeks, you may be looking at something a little bit more serious. So if these changes in behavior, changes in mood and affect are persistent and lasting more than 2 weeks, meaning not just a bad, a irritable day, a quick fight that they then get over and go into their typical activities, then you may want to seek out some help. You may want to talk to their pediatrician, school counselor, therapist. But that's kind of the line that in the clinical world we start looking at is, are these symptoms severe? Are they impacting the child's life? And are they lasting for more than 2 weeks? That's a very general criteria that we would look at. I hope this helps. Parenting is hard. Parenting teenagers is really, really hard. So you're not alone. Hang in there. And I hope you have a great day.